Guten Morgen, my good friends. A very beautiful morning. This is today we're waking up from Nairobi, Kenya. So we're not at Mombasa any longer. So having woken up, this is 6:30 a.m. and having made successful deliveries to a Honda Vezel. So this is Westlands, part of Nairobi. So we'll be now heading back to Mombasa after the very first successful deliveries to Nairobi. So we have managed to deliver a Honda Vezel at 3.5 million Kenyan shillings, and having done that, I'll be shortly paying a visit to one of the kayaks at Westlands here. So that is the which mall was that? So that is Westgate Mall, and closer to Westgate Mall is a car market. Closer to Westgate Mall is a commonly known car market. So closer to, let us get to the Westgate Mall. I'll be showing you the vehicles that are stocking at the car market closer to Westgate Mall. And suppose again interested, remember now, today we are at Nairobi. Continue placing your orders. So any moment you place your orders, be assured that we deliver. So this is still part of Westlands for those who are familiar with this. And it's been a while since we got to Nairobi. So I'm particularly interested in finding the difference in pricing. As I mentioned, that successfully delivered the Honda Vezel at 2.5 million Kenyan shillings. So we'll be comparing that to the pricing at the motor market. So this motor market at Westlands, they've closed down for now. We'll be getting back to the motor market shortly, since they've not opened. So generally feel free. This is Max Gambo TV again, a leading YouTube channel that avails the best of car offers in Kenya. So let us look for a spot and check the type of vehicles that are driving at Westlands. We'll be comparing this, a RAV4, a Harrier, a commercial, a Mercedes Benz, right? Step wagon, a Swift. So if you compare these two Karin, so there's a Toyota, Land Rover, KAU. I'm also considering the number plates. KAU, the number plates. Most vehicles here between registration KAD to KC. So these are KDH, Impreza, Subaru. What is that? Vitz, Mazda Demio. So this is Westlands, remember? Vitz. So those are the types of vehicles that are driving within Westlands, Nairobi. A beautiful neighborhood, of course, this seems. A Mazda CX-3. So the pricing to CX-3, if you import a CX-3, you would pay a total of 1.8, I mean 1.9 million. Suppose you import a CX-3. So this is along the Thika Road. You know, today I'm very idle and I'll just be here standing to count vehicles before you get to So shortly we'll be heading there. So that is Kenya School of Revenue Authority. So that is the school where supposedly interested in becoming a clearing and forwarding agent, you have to pass through there. So by 8:30 we shall be there to confirm whether Max Gamble Auto File shall be approved, accredited as a clearing firm. Zuri Matatu Probox. So I was expecting high-end vehicles from Westlands. It is not the case as of now. Okay, that is one of them. A Land Cruiser, Mazda. Let's drop closer. We'll be doing this for the next 30 minutes. We should be moving in for an interview. From the interview, it's either we are going to be accredited Range Rover as a clearing agency or not. So most probably we shall be accredited, so that is for sure. So suppose you're interested in making importation of your vehicles. Importation is very cheap, and since I got no other work to do here, remember this is Mombasa, Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, and we just island counting vehicles. So there is a Nissan Note. A Nissan Note sells at 1.3. That's for a new Nissan Note. However, if you import with the Max Gamble Auto File, you'll have your Nissan Note at 950. You'll have a Nissan Note at 950,000 cash. It is a fair deal. Then which other vehicle is passing here? I'll be telling you the pricing. Vehicle and the price. That is a Subaru Impreza, Subaru 2 million. So you've seen a Mazda CX-5. Okay, a CX-5 sells at an average price of 2. Okay, if you import it, you'll have it at between 1.9 and 2.1. That is inclusive of customs. However, if you buy it locally, it will get to 2.7 there. So there's a Volkswagen. Volkswagen looking good. So the Volkswagen as a company is a German-based company. However, currently Volkswagen is it's a global company. That is for a Volkswagen, and Ferdinand Porsche happens to be a figure in Volkswagen. So there's a Mazda. Okay, for now a Mazda Demio sells at 1.3 million Kenya shillings for a Mazda Demio. However, you can import a Mazda Demio at lower than that, at 980. Max Gamble Auto File shall have you a Mazda Demio, believe you me. What other vehicle is passing here? What other vehicle is nice? And there must be an electric. Let us see this Subaru Impreza 2 million. So the Subaru Impreza. What else is here? So that is how idle today we are at Nairobi. So there is a Westlands Thika Road. Westlands in specific. So that is super high. As I've mentioned, I wouldn't do this at Mombasa. The camera could have gone off way long. So it's raining, and we'll be taking cover. I guess we should be getting to the class already. We should be ready for the interview, and I'll be having you the outcomes. Suppose we are accredited as a clearing firm. We shall be specializing in car importation and by this I'll be offering you free clearance services. The moment you import with Max Gamble Auto Freight, I'll be offering you free clearance services depending on the type of vehicle that is. If you got a vehicle with okay, for the more expensive vehicles, I'll be clearing them with a lower fee, of course, a discounted fee of say 70% discount. So that is only possible if you import with us. So there we go. So that is KESRA, Kenya School of Revenue Authority. So remember, every clearing agent has to pass through the Kenya School of Revenue Authority, KESRA. Everyone has to pass through here. There's no shortcuts. Anyone who doesn't go through KESRA is most probably a broker. Though if you'd like to be certified, you'd go through a 1-year course here. You can take a certificate in freights and logistics. So that is a fielder. A fielder currently sells at 1.7 million Kenya shillings. However, there's a new version model that sells at 2 million Kenya shillings for a fielder. Have you had enough of the vehicle? I guess you've had enough, so you will be going in. Also from Mombasa, this morning I've managed to deliver a Honda Vezel, as mentioned, at 3.5 million. I mean 2.5. So as I make my comparison, I've noticed most used vehicles in Mombasa, a few of them have been affected by the alkaline nature. So that is the salt environment. So this city looks good compared to Mombasa. I consider this one of the best estates. So Westlands as an estate in itself is far much better than Mombasa, according to my opinion. So we headed to KESRA. So there you go. So having managed to, so I'm interested in the vehicles that are driving at Westlands. So there is a Honda. Touareg. So we're hoping that Max Gamble Auto Freights Limited today shall be accredited to be approved to be a clearing firm from today. So we're doing this from Nairobi Westlands, from KESRA, and with that, after that will mean that beginning of January, by January we shall be officially doing clearance of goods. So personally I'll be specializing in clearance of motor vehicles to start with, motor vehicles specifically. However, suppose you're interested in any clearance of any other cargos, special cargos, feel free to reach out to, feel free to contact me, such that I'll always link you up with potential declarants. As mentioned, we'll only be specializing in the clearance of motor vehicles. That is from the comments of next year, January. So this is the next move for Max Gamble Auto Freight Limited, and this also comes at a time when we're making lots of deliveries to Mombasa. Most of the deliveries again to Nairobi. So the individual that we've made a delivery to today declined I declined to take part in the interview. However, very satisfied with the service we offered. So the vehicle in question, the Honda Vezel, was imported and rightfully delivered in a span of 1 month. So we placed an order in October, and by now the individual already has his car. So how beautiful this city looks. So Mombasa, Kenya, compared to Nairobi, I consider Nairobi far much developed. Westlands in itself is much way developed than Mombasa, Kenya. Vehicles in Mombasa and vehicles in Kenya. So as mentioned, suppose you're looking for any used vehicles, feel free to contact us. Suppose you are selling your used vehicle, likewise, especially if you are within Nairobi, likewise feel free to contact us. We're currently looking for bits, lots of bits. So suppose you've got any bits, again, feel free to contact. So we're looking for step wagon, we're looking for Mazda Demios, Probox. Suppose you go to Probox selling. Suppose you're selling your used Probox at fair pricing, at a good condition. Down in the comment section are my contacts. We're also looking for Fielder. Again, if you got a 2016 Fielder, remember we'll also be happy to link you with the potential customers. So stay subscribed as I take you through to the next yard in Westlands, and let us compare the pricing between Nairobi cars and Mombasa. So according to my opinion, okay, all vehicles come from, all new imports come from Mombasa, of course. All new imports of vehicles are done from Mombasa, Kenya, and all are forwarded to Nairobi. So suppose interested in importation of a vehicle of your choice, Max Gamble Auto Freight commencing in January, we shall be operational. Max Gamble under Max Gamble Auto Freight. So feel free to place orders to any vehicle that you wish to have imported. So do it from whichever country of origin. Place an order. We'll make sure that it is consigned to Mombasa port, where we'll do the clearance. You'll be dealing with the clearance of those very cargoes and forward it to your destination. As mentioned, our first lucky Nairobi customer has his Honda Vezel at 2.5 million Kenya shillings. 0 mileage, they remember. Delivered within a span of one month and 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, 1 month, 2 weeks. So to be accredited clearing and forwarding agent, you have to pass through here. You always have to pass through Westlands, and there we go. So that is so that is Kesra. So I'm not often jealous with the information. So this is the exact place where you have to go through before. You have to pass through here before becoming an accredited clearing agent. So we'll be heading straight further, and if lucky for today, remember from 2021, 2025 that is, we shall be beginning our operations officially. We shall be offered a certificate from which we'll be operating with the very certificate to officially clear, import and forward your consignments. So as mentioned, we are for now specializing. We are specializing with the vehicle importation. So that's the name, Max Gamble Auto Freights Limited. I can't do such a mistake pulling off my camera. in the morning in Mombasa, while in Mombasa. So in Mombasa, robbers are very active during the morning hours. Very active, unlike Nairobi, where they'll be active towards the evening hours. So that is a plus here. A plus for Nairobi. Lots of constructions going on here. Lots of constructions going here. On here, a beautiful city indeed. This is, so there we are. We headed to that Kayad. So the Kayad is named Car Market. We headed to the car market of Nairobi. So let us see what difference